Welcome back. More PowerWash Simulator. Let's get it. There we go. So you have to sit close to the screen today. I need to move my camera. I think that's good. Can't really tell. What's up, numbers? Just looking at a beautiful sky. Actually looks like real clouds in the game. That's kind of cool. What you up to, sir? Any MLB on the docket for you today? Or some 2K? Karmic Mudflinging Workshop. Okay, nice. Are you on with a squad these days? Should I do some soap? Probably should do some soap. This game feels like it's gonna make me dizzy today. Let's do a little bit of soap. Chair looked like it was easy to get rid of. Just looks like leaves. I don't really understand the resource meter on the right side. Rarely? Gotcha. Well, are you playing like mostly, I haven't played this year. Oh, what's it called? You're playing still mostly like Park and my career and stuff? Rec? Rec is what I was trying to say. Soap definitely helped. But unfortunately, if you miss a spot with the soap, then it's still like not good enough. Mostly theater and rec. I don't even know if I know what theater is. Is it like the wager area thing? But yeah, we just out here. Excuse me. With the PowerWash Sim. I think a couple new cards came out in MLB, but it was like the captain program and like a couple of captains that are pretty useless, I think. So we'll see. I may try to get on for like weekend, like the last weekend classic of the year or something, but other than that, might be tapped out on MLB for the year. Hard but easier to find games. Looks boring so far. We're talking MLB. Easier you to find games. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. If it's like similar to the one thing that I tried. I forget what they called it the last time that I played 2K, but I think I know what you're talking about now. MLB, yeah. Yeah, I don't think like there was anything special. It was literally like 2 captain cards. One of them's like players who have had more than 45 saves in a season or something. There's a Gagne card, and then the other one, I don't remember what the card is, like a Hal Newhouser or something. It's like pitchers who played for like 1950 or something like that. Nothing that I would get on the game for. Yeah. Like the captain program seems like a cool concept, but I don't really know like what the goal is here. I feel like I should probably use more soap, but I kind of want to save the soap for the floor on the other side. There's a lot of floor to get. Love how a band that I was showing about 2 months ago is my #3 artist on Wrapped #1 album. Who was it? Mine was interesting this year. I think the last like 5 years I've probably had somewhere between 60 to 120,000 minutes of listening time. And this year I had like 20,000. So it completely fell off. Mostly because of work, I think. My previous job, I was just listening to music like 8 hours a day. Now it's like 1 hour a day, probably. I'm just like, either I'm in meetings or like you get into a meeting and then like I forget to like turn the music back on or something after the meeting's over. Entirely influenced by my experiences. Trying to think if that's deep or not. Kind of feel like everybody's music is influenced by their experiences. Emo band called Arm's Length. You catch my drift, right? Yeah. I hear ya. Chair cushion is separate, okay. Alright, looks like everything here is done. But we have a whole other patio to get to. Alright, I'm definitely going to soap this. Excuse me. Hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving. Well, to anyone who celebrates, I suppose. When is Canadian Thanksgiving? We were at the in-laws for the weekend. It was a good time. Our flight only got delayed by a little bit, so that's good. Because it could have been a mess. But we did get home at like 1:30 on a weeknight. Or a work night, I should say. Sunday night. BRB got a leg day? Ooh boy. Get crazy with it. Bulgarian split squats. Canadian Thanksgiving was like a month ago? That's what I thought. So belated to both, I suppose. I am interested to find out what could be happening in MLB The Show next year. Because I almost feel like the community had a lot of big asks over the course of the last decade. And I'm talking big asks like co-op, I'm talking about Stadium Creator. I'm talking about Weekend League. And I feel like the big asks that like kind of everybody was clamoring for have all kind of happened by this point. Are there any that are still on the table? I think there's still things for like franchise and all that and other single player modes. So I'm wondering if that's where we're going to see them. Or if there's any like multiplayer asks that are still still haven't happened that we could end up seeing. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm wondering when it's like, do I think I'm going to get the game next year? Because I still think there's like big changes that they could make. And I've talked about what I want to see. But I don't think I'm necessarily like on the same page with everybody else. Like there were things that like everybody agreed upon like that they wanted to see. Or like the vast majority of people were asking for. I don't think that's the case anymore. There's still definitely big asks still remaining, but I don't know if there's any that are like everybody wants the same thing. The way that it's been in the past. So it'll be interesting to see what they go after. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's soap some stuff. Start with that. There's definitely some materials where like the soap doesn't actually stick. But I think so far we're good here. I don't remember what we were doing last week, but there was something where like the soap didn't stick. Must have been like glass or something. Oh, is this soap? Didn't realize I had one on this this gun. I don't know if that changes anything. Well, soap's doing his job here. Man, this is going to be a tough one. Oh, that's barely coming off. Tea of Tranquility. They didn't end it with a TEA for Tranquility. I would say missed opportunity, but I feel like that was intentional, so. We'll come back to that door in a minute. We got some hinges. This make me want to watch Lord of the Rings. And so does that. I was going to say this is a hobbit, but that's probably more like a dwarf. Both are valid to make me watch Lord of the Rings, though. Well, this part's getting done easily. Maybe it's just the scum that was on the wood. Maybe some of this stuff, the more mossy looking stuff. Seems like it takes a little bit more work. Alright, back to the soap. Oh no, another door back here. Those are giant hands. Alright, good enough for now. Thought I got way more soap on here. So that must have been just like the original residual soap. Alright, the doors are good to go. We got door surround, door frame. I think we got both of the frames. I'm just trying to go real slow so I can get everything. I think the surround is going to include... Okay, it does include the wood as well. And we'll take another loop around. There we go. I probably got to do a lot more orange on this. Maybe that's even better than doing soap. I don't have to do it twice. There you go. Well, the soap part I can definitely do with green. And then we finish it off with orange. Even at a distance, it works a little bit better. %, pretty good. Doesn't feel like a huge space to have to do, but I think I got to do every section like a couple times. I'll get around the gnome somehow. Easy enough. The orange can reach, but I have a like that. That's what I really should be using. I also have the stairs, but we'll come back to that. Wonder if this teapot can turn on. I say that only like 50% joking because I feel like in this game, like random stuff like that happens. Oh, now that I say that, I see the steam coming out of the pot, so maybe that's just the chimney. Maybe it really does turn on. Go back to the stubby. I did try the Ninja Turtles, the roguelike. I had like a DLC and a new arcade mode, so I tried that yesterday. Didn't find it very fun. It was a little too easy and like a little too short. When you do like an arcade mode, I feel like the waves of enemies have to be like way more interesting. And some of the waves were just like 5 enemies. And if you pick the right powers, they're just like super easy to beat. Unfortunately, I might be fully done with that game. Might be time to uninstall. one more round of soap. Don't like when I waste the soap. Pretty good coverage with it this time. Shooting gallery at the carnival, okay. Well, I think the first game we had the carnival event too, but it was like, I think we had to do like a lot of items at the carnival. Must have been a popular level. Let's see if I can get up here this time. Maybe not. We'll have to go grab the stairs at some point. Can't tell if there's dirt in that little crevice, but hopefully we got it all. This time I can definitely tell that there's dirt in the crevice. Extended one. It's got some pretty good range. What is that part of it? I saw the spout on one side. I would have expected steam to be coming out of here. Maybe I just don't know my teapots, which is probably more likely. I just use the electric kettle. Right, this green one is not doing much for me. I thought I had more soap on here, but apparently not. Oh, thank you. Didn't feel like I was anywhere close to finishing that one. Some days I'll take it. Some days it doesn't feel satisfying enough when it gives me a freebie. Now that I say that, the one I'm standing on was pretty close. Oh, there you go. The corner was pretty dirty, that's why. Orange is having a tough time on this side. Okay, we're at 70%. Mr. Noma's getting a pretty good bath. And so are these plants. Hopefully they don't die from being overwatered. I still think the things in this game should have health bars. If you spray them for too long, then they break. Or erode. Which the wall base is connected to. Excuse me. There you go. Looks like it's connected all the way through. Surround is done. Sign is not done. This sign is done, I think. Something I'm pointing out was not done. Doorknobs. Now we're pretty much good up there. Probably what I should do with the soap so that I don't, number one, waste it. Number two, yeah, just waste it, I guess. tap fire your soap, apparently. Semi-automatic mode. We're getting there. Not really sure how gnarly the top of that teapot is, though. Obviously, it's going to be very dirty. I just don't know how much, like, cracks and crevices there are. Sometimes you go, like, on top of the roof, and you have to, like, you do a section of it, then you have to jump off, then you have to go back up to another section. It's, like, not all of it's accessible from one entry point. We'll have to find out if that's the case here. I feel like my face is really bright on here. I'm going to turn the light down. It's probably better, but there's still a ton of light coming from the screen itself. Maybe I'll just push it back. Possibly better. It's making my eyes hurt less, at least. So that's good. Okay, just about time to go up. I think I've done everything I can do here. Is this fixed in place? It's unusual. I'm just sending it. And it worked. Green's working so far. White is not working. But white, like, never works, so wasn't expecting it to. So far, it feels like everything's pretty much going to be accessible from here. Except for maybe inside there, but I'd be able to do this in one shot if I don't fall off. Guess this is all connected. The lid roof. Little jungle tree pattern here. almost there. I think I need to get the underside of this too. This is right on top of this thing. A man is indeed cleaning. What up, Webb? How you doing, sir? How you feeling about your Spotify Wrapped? I was going through the your channel where you posted about it, watching the drama unfold. Mine ended up being a lot less listen time this year. Wrapped's good, nice. I feel like I don't have any like super strong superstar songs this year, but I feel like my playlist is kind of deeper than it's been in the past. Usually it'll be like the top 40 songs on my list I really like, and then the bottom 60 you're like, okay, I didn't really care for this song. It'd be a lot of songs where like I turn on my Spotify and I click on a song, and then the next song that comes up after that is obviously going to be played just as much because it just like goes right into that song. So that song would be on the playlist even if I didn't care for it as much. I feel like this year I have a lot more songs all the way through my top to bottom, all the way down to 100. Be dope trolling. Next year's will be different, just finding new stuff. Gotcha. I had the same badge as you. The collector club stuff, or whatever it was. I think I saw you post that one. Interesting. When they said that was your badge, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. But then it said like 20% of people have the same badge, and I was like, oh, all right, well, it's not very rare, is it? I don't think I really need soap for this. I'm just gonna keep it going. I almost pulled the trigger on getting a racing steering wheel and stuff for Black Friday. Ended up not doing it. Maybe next year, though. Confuse the badge thing, yeah. It was a cool little thing. The race was fun. I like how it made you guess your own favorite song of the year. No, I messed up. They're never gonna forgive me. Could be a fireable offense. I was just hoping I'd do it all in one go. Not going to be the case. Probably definitely going to need a ladder for that. What made you not? I already forget what I said. What did I say? My brain is at like 30% to power today. It's like so dry. We just got the humidifier today. Like I just plugged it in. So I'm hoping the sleeping's going to be a little bit better, but yeah, my brain is struggling. How's it down there? Tomorrow it's going to be 7 degrees. And we have about probably 6 inches, 6 to 10 inches of snow on the ground right now. I think it's currently snowing, but we're only supposed to get like an inch tonight. But it's just like really dry in the apartment. Got some snow yesterday. 7 inches. Yeah. For like Saturday we got 6, and then like a couple days after that we got 3, and then today we're supposed to get another 1. 7 degrees, yeah. So that'll be fun. I was going to go into the office, but now I think I'm just going to stay home. I'll just go in on Friday. That's what I've been doing for like the last month, is pretty much just going in once a week. Or nor. Shoveling in 3 to 4 inches. Oh, dang. Thankfully, we don't have to do any shoveling. We just had to clear off the car, which with 6 inches of snow, like it did take like 30 minutes to do 2 cars. But thankfully the apartment like cleans everything else. Can't imagine how that was. Yeah, thankfully I didn't have to. That being said, my parents probably had to do theirs. I don't know if my siblings were still there before the snow, so I don't know if they were able to do it. But hopefully my dad's got the snowblower going. Forgot how much you hate cleaning salt and salt residue of the car. Yeah. Are you like are you parking in the garage and everything? I guess even if you didn't, when you go out, you probably still have to. Or even if you did, I mean. Underneath the upper window, does that count? Yeah, it does. Cool.
'Cause I don't know if you can hear it. But I think it's like a little bit of a
have your car outside? Oh, yep. That's, well, that's a toughie. They're trying to park my car in the garage. I think it's too small. Dang. So have you never done it, like, even once? Just to test it? I feel like there's pretty good progress on this thingy, but I'm gonna have to get under there somehow. I'm gonna need the ladder for sure. Tough part about the round building is you got to do some serious balancing acts to stay up. It's just not happening. Never tried, not trying to find out. Not really trying to find out. Yeah, fair. That's something. We'll take it. Make sure I can get everything that I possibly can from down here before I go up again. What's all this then? There's a ladder here for me. From certain, like, random angles, like, some of this dirt looks super realistic, like that moss looks super realistic. And then sometimes it's all, like, blocky. Blockhe. Got a big target on it, which means I should be getting close to the end of this level. 97% makes sense. Oh, just this left here. You have different nozzles? I do. Have the different sizes. Different colors or different sizes. And then I do have a different gun. The original gun that I started with was this one. And then within the gun, I have extended nozzle and I have the short nozzle. Pretty good. We also have the soap. Soap is no longer on a currency, it's just on a resource timer. It's much easier to swap back and forth than just use soap whenever you need it. That's pretty nice. We did use a bunch of soap at the beginning of this level. But don't need it right now since this is coming off pretty easy. All right. Let's get back on this for a second. Nice. Gotta be stuff like underneath this. Oh, there we go. Do you find yourself using all the nozzles? Not really. My sweet spot is pretty much green and orange. Or yellow, whatever this is. The extended one I don't use super often, but there are definitely times where that comes in handy. So some of them are just kind of niche, like kind of need to use them when you need to use them. Sometimes like the red one, the one that's really tight, you don't want to use it too often, but there are times where like you can't reach something. So to get that little couple extra inches, end up using the red. Now let's see what this is, what it looks like. Nice. Nice and easy to use. I wish there was a different button for up and down, like E is raise, and then I wish there was a different button to lower it, but it's okay. Oh, it does go down every time you pick it up. Now it won't let me lift it. See, right to the right height. Then I guess like this gun is an upgraded gun over this one. So I basically never ever need to use this one. Never really need to go back to it. But the nozzles you definitely have to keep messing with. Window's still dirty. Oh. Didn't finish the roof, huh? There we go. Our wall trim, and there's still a floor that's left. This one. Go, it's all in the corner. Wall trim's got to be this little wooden piece. Oh, I got up. Got too excited. And there's going to be one more wall trim somewhere. Nice. Alright, we're sitting on some cash now. $14.50. I don't think that's enough to finish, to get a new gun. Because that's where things like start to go much faster, is when you're able to upgrade your gun. What it is, what it is. Water bill will be quite expensive, true. I was talking to my cousins. My cousins or my uncles? I forget. I think they're my cousins. But they left like a sprinkler or like hose on for like 6 days while they were out of town, and their water bill that month was like $800. The washer equipment. What do I have right now? Prime Vista, Urban X UI. Can get the UX2 medium washer and the Urban X. Power comparable to heavy duty washers, better, but a cost of very effect. And then this one I'm using is comparable to medium. Oh, this is still a light. Okay, so I definitely want this. Can I sell this then? This one. I thought I owned this already. I do own this one. Okay, I guess I'll buy it back. But is it not? It's not checked. As long as I'm using it, that's fine. Doesn't take much to get to 800. Yeah, I guess not. They also have like a bunch of people in the house. So just the toilet flushing alone is probably a fortune. I think I'll just save to get this 3,000. Or this one, 6,000. This one makes sense. Professional duty washer equivalent. So I'll save up till I get to 6,000. Turbo nozzle and adaptable. Precise pressure desired relative to its area effect. Oh, that's cool. So it looks like you can probably just rotate it so that it's not just stuck at specific degrees. It's extra long. Currently just have the long extension. I'll buy that one too. Because I think I can sell it back later. And now, cosmetics. Cosmetics, finally, we have different thingy. We have a different currency. That's what I'm trying to say. So you don't get stuck not being able to buy stuff because you want. Because you want to spend on your washer equipment. Excuse me. Muckingham Recreation. Alright, this one doesn't look too massive. Let's see what we got. Inside there's a lot of crevices. I still don't understand the soap meter on my bottom right. I would like to tell you that I think it's bugged, but I have no idea, to be honest. Thought I bought another extension for this one. I don't think this is the right gun. Yeah, this one's got a different design, I'm pretty sure. Because it's got the little rounded thing where it says Urban X. Oh, you can't even see it behind me, but pretty sure that's a different gun. I just pressed and hold 2. What did that do for me? Does it refill soap if I do that? Did it cost me money? Maybe I'm just dripping and it cost me money and I didn't know. There you go. There's my superpower. My superpowered gun. I probably could have been using this the whole time in the last round. I don't think I said it, but it did feel underpowered. Like I thought the green was going to be able to take care of the last level, but it wasn't working as well as I thought it would. And that's why, because it was not the correct gun. Well then, egg on my face. Now we can do the extra long extension if we want. Confused because I thought you did have a bigger sprayer, right? Now it's all making sense. So I bought one last time. Oh, it's fancy. Sea Palace Gem. I bought one last time and then it kind of like, I don't know if it glitched or if like I just wasn't looking at it correctly. And then like I think I sold it and then I unsold it. And so it must have reverted me back to the original version of this brand. I'm guessing that's what happened. Because I know I went into this menu last time to select it. But when I sold it, it must have like put it back to level 1. Even though I bought it back. What did this one open up? Oh, the front door. Okay. I gotta clean the inside of the doors. Whatever's inside doesn't look like it needs to be cleaned. Unless I already did by accident. What you playing today, Web? True story of loss and gain, right? NBA 2K26. That's what Numbers was playing too. What mode you playing? From the outside, this one looks a lot easier than it is. There's a lot of little things going on in here. I feel like I'm getting underpaid for this job. I think it was only $1,000. Trying to get up there with a flying saucer. Nice. NBA, my career, nice, nice. What's your build looking like? Not NBA, but I think I'm going to go get a gym membership this week so I can play some basketball. Just for the sake of cardio. Because I need it badly. A Kareem build. Wow. You can skyhook and everything? Tough to do in game. That makes sense. I feel like it'd be pretty unguardable if it wasn't. Not just unguardable, but like cheese. What is this doll, bruh? We're only at 20%. What the heck? I probably have to do the whole outside too. I'm definitely getting underpaid for this job. This was crazy. Those fades were broken. Always something. You can never just have a clean game. You can't have a cleaning game, am I right? Laughs in PowerWash Simulator. Plushies are going to be soaking wet. Hopefully it's really hot outside. But it all evaporates. At least green is usable now. Dirt on those plushies. That one's good. I think. Oh, this one's also good. The ones above them. See how easy this is to get from the ground. Not bad so far. Not even having to use soap, not even having to use orange. Just the green extension. That's even more extended. Even better. I'm gonna have to go up there in a bit, I guess. Not yet, though. Got a Bigfoot back there? The tree shapes in the background now. Sweet. What does the target do for this plane? Is that a gun? I think it is. Private jet with a gun. It is, right? Am I tripping? With a laser? Can't shoot well and can't shoot threes. Everyone expects you to be a stretch big. Yeah. Back in the day, there used to be like lockdown rebounders and stuff like that. They used to be valuable, right? Is that not a thing anymore? Everybody wants you to be a stretch. Or is it just because you have like an offensive type build, but it's not the right type of offense? Hmm. Stairs clean. Still only at 35%. Hoping that once we get to the outside, it's going to go a lot faster. We just do huge chunks at one time. I'm kind of doing the little details first. Black cat has become orange cat. was really thinking of getting 2K this year, but didn't end up happening. See what happens next year. A lot of time until then. Alright, I feel like the slide was not letting me go up for a bit. If that's actually true. There's this gallery floor. Yeah, this thing, I felt like I couldn't get up. Okay. Maybe I just had to jump, just couldn't walk. There we go. Alright, how about them trees? Looks like we're going from this side. Yeah, it didn't work. I guess I did the bottom before I did the top this time. Usually the other way around. More trees back here. White nozzle's working here. Mostly means less work for me. Keep thinking that I finished this wall and it's not even close. Some of these are getting real close. So I guess this is all connected. Sure, wasn't even aiming for anything there. Floors are getting there, walls are getting there. this caterpillar on the ceiling is getting there. I don't know what that second ding was. There we go. The green with the super long extended. That's the thing. For this height ceiling anyway. Sometimes you just feel it out. Caterpillar's good to go. Nice. This one I might even be able to go white. That's pretty good. Stick with it for now. There you go. Bro, Cleanin. What up, egg? How you doing, sir? Guy actually cleaning must have some crazy arms and wrists, no doubt about it. 100%. A couple times I've power washed. Yeah, my wrists were very sore. That whole frame is connected. I feel like some of these lights are gonna just kill me if I have to come back for them later, so let me make sure I got all of them. I think I got them. Watching some food cleaning, nice. What are you playing tonight? You clean all the booths? Not in this one. There was one level in the first game where, like, you did have to go to a few different places in the playground. Some of them were combined in one level, and then I think there were multiple levels in the playground. Or, sorry, in the, like, carnival. So far, this is the only one. Like, I think we cleaned that. Ferris wheel. We did that. Funhouse thingy. So yeah, a lot of the places here in the carnival we have done in the first game. Oh, the merry-go-round, we did that too. And there was one other booth thing that I think we did. But this level right here is just this booth. It's actually, like, it didn't look too bad from the outside. Like, it doesn't look super crazy, but it's been pretty involved. Resident Evil. Which Resident Evil? And is there a best Resident Evil game? I don't think I've ever watched it. Or sorry, I never played it. I think I've watched Colin play it like one time. Like them all nice. Is there a new one out? UFO's getting clean pretty good. Nice. Oh, I could have just done that. Oh well. Most of the stuff here is done. I will come back for whatever else is not. Now for the outside. Some of the best games you ever played. New one in February had to upgrade the PC to prepare. Nice. That should be cool. What's the PC looking like now? Hopefully you got it before like this RAM shortage and whatnot. And I think AMD like increased their prices just today. 5060, 770. Nice, nice. Bought your RAM for 200 and now it's like 450. 200 is still a lot for 32 gigs. Did you get like fancy RGB ones? Regular Corsairs, really? That's crazy. There were some, yeah, there's some pretty decent stuff available on Black Friday for sure. All I really got was like a new laptop, nothing anything special. Just something to do a little bit of work on. Set for a few years now. Nice. Enjoy. I played Peak. Nah, I've seen some clips of it, and I think that's about it. Is that the super extended one? What does the super extended look like? Okay, this is the gun I'm using. Like a little extra piece, I guess. Gotta be this one. New monitor for Black Friday and some things for my car. Nice. Doing like cosmetic stuff for your car, or are you like building your car? Or none of the above? Jumped all the way to 64%, so yeah, like this outside part is a huge chunk of the percentage, and it's going much faster because it's much more straightforward. Rain guards, hopefully some tint. Ooh. Illegal tint. get an OLED monitor? Legal tint, of course. I believe you. And if it's not legal, you definitely shouldn't admit to crimes in Twitch chat, so fair play. OLEDs are so good, but the price is a little too much. Yeah. I feel like there were some decent deals on OLEDs, but could be worth waiting. 280, 1440. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, that'll last you for a while. Well, one thing about OLEDs is I think they have a little bit more ghosting. So for like your cleanest fast motion visuals, you still want to have a LCD probably, or LED. I mean, I do have an OLED, and it's really nice for games like this. It's fine for like multiplayer games too, like competitive games, especially if you're not like a pro player. I'm not trying to say it's bad or nothing, but there are still some advantages to having LED monitor. Mostly PvP games. So yeah, that'll probably work for you then. What I kind of wish now that I know that, which I didn't know before I bought it, is like I kind of wish that I kept this 1440p monitor, high refresh rate. Kind of wish I kept that as an LCD and then got like an OLED, like 4K monitor. Maybe 120, 240 hertz or something like that. I think that would have been ideal. I feel like a 4K OLED would be so nice. Dude, these animals get dirtier every time I turn. The wall is done. Cool. Cool and good. Still gonna get all this apparently. Okay, good enough. Thank goodness I found the other spray bottle. The whole other gun, because this would have taken forever otherwise. Kind of like the last level. Curtain rope plushies are done. We just gotta do some of the rope. Some of the curtain. 49-inch Samsung. Things are beautiful but very expensive. Is that like a double wide monitor? I kind of wanted to do that too. That was part of the equation. Like a double wide OLED 244K. Dude, that'd be crazy. But I feel like you need a 5090 to run something like that. Otherwise, you might as well just be on not as cracked of a monitor. Otherwise, the GPU's not going to be able to handle it, but that's a problem for another tax bracket, I guess. Thank you, soap. Back to no soap. Double wide and somehow bigger than my desk. Nice. Dude, I do want one. One of my friends got a double wide, and it's pretty nice. It's pretty cool. Curved. I think there's like some issue with some game compatibilities too. I was like, because I was like, I can buy one expensive monitor right now. This was sometime last year, I think, or earlier in the year. I was like, I can afford one expensive monitor. I can't get everything I want. I would say this is not a perfect monitor for what I wanted, but I will say it's been very enjoyable. So I don't regret it necessarily, but it does feel like it might not end up being the end game monitor that I thought it would be. Especially now with like upscaling being pretty good. Like 4K gaming is like not as popular because it's just so hard to drive. But with upscaling, I feel like you can kind of get away with it now, or like in the next couple of years. Huge black bars on the sides, exactly. They still show up as like regular games, and so yeah, the sides just end up being kind of empty. So your game basically has to be like capable of being output that way, not just plug and play for that one, unfortunately. Upscaling with a 5060, yeah. Upscaling, because like once you're on that 50 series technology, it's just like the quality of the upscaling is just so good. I did switch to a 9070 XT, so now I'm on AMD for the first time. So that's been a bit of a learning curve. But FSR 4 is pretty good. I just haven't like, some games don't support it. Like the other thing about DLSS for NVIDIA is that it gets supported by games much more quickly, it seems. And so I feel like I'm kind of sitting here waiting. Like FSR 4 is great, but I'm kind of sitting here waiting for it sometimes. That's kind of annoying. Did you get extra frame with the frame gen? Not just extra frames, because a 40 series also had frame generation, but 50 series has multi-frame generation. So like in the previous series, you could get 2 for 1. Like basically you get double frames. But on the 50 series, you can basically get like quadruple frames. I've tried it on Spider-Man. I think is the only game I've tried it on. Back when I had a 4070 Super. So I could do like single frame generation. And it was pretty good. I enjoyed playing on it because single player games, you don't need that latency as much, or lack thereof. And so I felt like the frame gen was nice to use. And when I get back to it and I play it with FSR, I probably will do frame generation because I think they're coming out with some FSR Redstone thing, which I think includes multi-frame generation, all this kind of stuff. So I'm excited to use some of that, but I just wouldn't use it in like a multiplayer game. An issue with AMD cards? What kind of issue? Well, some of the older AMD cards for sure were like, the drivers were problematic. They were like far behind. This series of AMD is a little bit better, but I do feel like I get more micro stutters with my AMD card than I did with my NVIDIA, so that's kind of annoying. Still rocking a 1080. The GOAT. I think people consider like the 1080 Ti the GOAT card, I believe, right? The card I had that I put into my wife's computer is the 1060 3GB. That was the first graphic card I ever got. 580 died on me after a year, dang. 6650 XT had weird driver bugs. That's what I heard, yeah. That must be super annoying. Yeah, a lot of people just had like such a bad taste in their mouth they couldn't stick with it, which makes sense. If I was in that situation, I probably also would have switched away from AMD. This is my first time using it at a time where a lot of people were liking it, so I was like, all right, let me give it a shot. Intel card is pretty good for the budget. I've heard some of those are like pretty decent. I think driver support is another issue for Intel, but not 100% sure. I haven't looked too deeply into the Intel stuff. I think they're also doing like all-in-one processors now too, right? I think that's where AMD or where Intel's really trying to fit in and innovate. Don't know if about computers and stay in the loop. Fair. Usually I don't stay in the loop when I'm not like actively trying to buy something. But this time around I've been keeping up a little bit, only because I feel like I do want to upgrade, just because I still have an imbalance between my CPU and my GPU. So I feel like I would upgrade my GPU if I got the chance. But right now, unless I was to go to like a 5080, 5090, there's not that much I can upgrade to. I'm just playing a waiting game until then. So I've been keeping my eye on stuff. And of course, the game I choose to play with all this PC going on is PowerWash Simulator. Drivers are still new, so there's issues. Makes sense. We're at 97%. Outside was much easier. I think by the end of this will have taken less time than the teapot. We are almost there. just going to keep an eye on my top left here as I spaz around the roof, make sure that I got everything. I was using my fancy computer for Minecraft the other day. Yeah. Worth it. Wouldn't have it any other way. I know some of these hanging plushies are not finished. You want us to get those from the bottom. See with that light. As much as I can from the top here. Always been gameplay over graphics anyways. I have been both. I think I talked about this a little bit, so sorry if it's a repeat, but growing up, I was always kind of like graphics. I always kind of liked new graphics and stuff like that. Upgraded graphics. And then once I started playing more competitive games for a little bit, then I stopped caring. But now, I would be lying if I told you that I didn't care about the graphics. Like, it just makes me feel like I'm really playing the game, like immersed in it, and getting the most out of it. That it actually does affect my, like, whether or not I enjoy a game. But when I think about it even more, even a little bit deeper, it's kind of like, I've always been like that. Like, the visual art style of a game has always mattered to me. Like, I will judge a book by its cover when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like, less about how much I enjoy the game and more about if I even want to try it in the first place. Is kind of dependent on how the art style and stuff is. Being able to run story mode games with great graphics, right? And I would say it's not that, like, I couldn't go back and play a game that has bad graphics, but it does to me, like, enhance my enjoyment of it. When it has good graphics. And that actually does go for multiplayer games as well. Like Battlefield, I actually sacrificed like probably 60 FPS just to turn my graphics up. Just the textures and everything. Okay, we're getting in pretty good shape here, but still a decent amount missing. Saw something show up. Oh, the light arm. Okay. The light itself is almost there, but not quite. Red Sec's pretty well optimized. Have I played Stardew Valley? I have not. I know what it is, though. Are you a Stardew Valley enjoyer? Indeed, a Stardew Valley enjoyer. Nice. Is there still new stuff that comes out for that game? Is it like live service? Very chill game. I think the only time I ever saw that was Juliana Collins' wife when she streamed for a little bit. I think I watched her play that game. Back in the It's Jage days. Oh, did I not finish this light when I was up there? Okay, we got the arm. No, the light is good. Light's done there. Alright. Gotta get some of these guys. Gonna go down the barrel of some of these. Alrighty. What's next? The whole post. Developers One dude he does release updates every once in a while. That's cool. That seems like a game that could last forever. Oh, there we go. We found the grime. Nice. Am I looking at the sign itself? Sign bubbles, it says. Alright, generator cable, roof frills, roof lights. Oh, I can see it's this little cracks up in the corner. Nice. Generator cable's got to be back here. And finally, roof lights. Can I jump off these? Hardcore parkour. It's got to be some of these, I guess. Nice. Look at me go. PowerWash Simulator. Oh, I didn't even realize. Didn't read it this whole time. This whole game is PowerWash Simulator. That's brain breaking, I would say. Okay, that was gonna be my last one, but this one's only $200 and it's a vehicle, so I'll do it. Peaceful dude food stream. That's what we're going for. And I needed it. It's peaceful for me to me. Turn off the brushes, why bother? It's doing the work for me. Some crazy looking rust. This thing went through red rocks. Already got 50%. Nice. Gonna try to avoid having to come back up on the roof. Seems like the roof is included with the body. So I'm not actually gonna get a ding here. For the roof, I mean. Can certainly get a ding for the light. That's nice. I'm gonna have to go for a more targeted nozzle for these tires. There's still some rust not coming off of the back of that. Even though the white's working pretty well. I think the underneath looked okay. Here's where that red nozzle comes in handy. Might buy this game off the Dude Food gameplay alone. You wouldn't be the first. Join the clan. That'd be cool if there were clans in this game. But it's only $25, so it's like definitely worth it. I think it's 25. And PowerWash 1 if you haven't played that one either. I just really hope that PowerWash 2 that they have a Ninja Turtles collab, because that'd be sick. Ninja Turtles are like collabing with everybody at this point. Call of Duty. I think people are a little sick of it because of the Call of Duty collab, which is unfortunate. But, you know, they did their Fortnite collab. And this game already did a collab with SpongeBob. So I don't see why not. Especially since they're both Nickelodeon. What else is this looking for? Does it want me to get from the inside? Probably. From the inside meaning like the opposite side. Look at the schmovement. Still a lot on these tires that are not getting complete. You have to really get in there. Maybe I gotta use soap. That one looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. Something was not showing up. body base sidearm. Antenna and windscreen. Oh, got it. Nice. Excellent. We need the collab. Maybe they should just do a dude food collab. I think that would work too. Next one's 1400. We have 2000, which means we're still quite a ways away from the next upgrade if we would like, but not bad. In the meantime, that's going to do it for the stream. Good to see you guys. What is next week? Next week is the 10th. I should be streaming. Ooh, that's a good stretch. We'll see what we play. It's kind of been last minute decisions in my head of whatever I'm playing. I would say probably bet on PowerWash Simulator, but if I'm really vibing on something, then I might play something else. But GG's. Hopefully you guys had a good time. Have a relaxing rest of your Wednesday, and I will catch you next time. Peace.